Not just seeing them, but like them actually progressing the themes or whatever.
We got a tiny bit from Ada. Like it's only like one panel, but I liked it.
Okay. I mean,
no Damon though, so you could go ahead and just rate the chapter 0 out of 10.
I mean, I feel like that's yeah. You know, having no Damon really disappoints me, Kamui.
I mean,
well, at this point, you got to get used to it. The rate
yeah, because a lot of people were. I think was it last chapter or the chapter before that? We're talking about how there's a. I think this was clickbait. A Damon versus Jorah fight, and I was just at first I wanted to believe it, but it was kind of too good to be true. I was like,
I know.
And it was just Rye just.
I really hated that we got clickbaited on that because I really, really wanted that Damon fight. I can't believe they haven't done Damon. It's been making me really disappointed lately. Like I've been extremely sad because of it.
I don't want to
honestly though, like I mean, the clickbait thing they said would have it would have been weird that he said nothing leading up to it, but like in premise, it could have made sense. Damon wanted to fight Jorah. Like that
he's in the village.
Sense for him to want to. Like, why not? Like the strongest guy he can find around. Go ahead and fight him. That would have been reasonable. But
exactly. Instead, they just have to make us freaking suffer. I've literally been miserable over no Damon for the past 2 years, essentially. Like he's been there. He's been cool when he's been there, but it's a total whack at Damon.
My biggest, I think the thing is like I want to see Damon at his full power, and we still haven't got it yet.
I don't see Damon doing anything at this point.
Because the only way they're gonna
make fun of Kawaki anymore. Like
this is my headcanon. But I think the only way they're gonna make Damon actually do something is if Mamushi targets Ada. We all know that Damon is going to do everything in his power to protect his sister. Since Ada's not really much of a fighter.
So I don't think Damon considers Mamushi a threat to Ada. Ada's gonna tell Damon to fight him, and then he's going to because of that. Other than that, Damon's going to be chilling.
Well, honestly, I mean, whether he thinks Ada can handle Mamushi or not, he's not worried about it.
Yeah.
Like Ada is either you can argue either one. She's mostly just creeped out about Mamushi, but when she was talking to Kawaki, she's kind of like sweating and saying, "Hey, they're after me too." So like you could argue she might be a little bit concerned outside of Damon obviously just stopping him, but like Damon's just not worried about it, which tells you that. Yeah, he doesn't think Mamushi can light a candle to him.
Yeah. To be fair,
I think that's
considering Ada's watching with the Senrigan right now, anyways, and just in general, she's able to see the personalities of the other Shinju and how the other Shinju are interacting with the other Shinju's targets. So I don't think Ada would really be concerned if any of the other Shinju are around. It would specifically only be the Bug Shinju. Not even just because of the target thing, just because he's a creep.
Yeah, and he's also, I mean, on one hand, I would argue, okay, Mamushi's weird because on one hand, I'd argue, well, he's the most likely to just get to business and devour the target compared to the others. Like, Matsu's going to flirt with Konohamaru. Hidari's going to be Patrick ordering the Krusty Krab. Jorah's he's going to read a book and talk to you before doing anything. But on the other hand, Mamushi hasn't left his freaking laying down position in 5 days. So it's like, is he even concerned?
What's he doing?
I feel like the only one that could probably give Damon or Ada any bit of concern is just Jorah.
Yeah, but Jorah doesn't care about. We'll get into it, but
but that's the thing.
He's not even going after his own target. He's not going after Ada.
So it's just it has to be there has to be something that that will make Jorah want to go after Ada or Damon, but I don't think that's ever going to happen.
Honestly, Kamui, it is kind of weird to me that Jorah is so keen on wanting the others to develop their identity. Like, he's the one that's giving them the task in the first place. He seems that he really wants them to do that. Yet he's not bothered with any of their targets at all. It's really weird to me. Maybe that's the contradiction in this chapter. I don't know.
Well, I'll discuss things with Jura as we get to them. But I mean, I'll just okay. When we get there, we'll get there.
I mean, honestly, I think that Jura's gonna like make me feel really in despair this chapter. It's really got me down.
I don't think so. You are going to die laughing at one thing, and I'll tell you right now.
Okay.
I already wrote the title for that clip. But for the most part, I mean, maybe you'll have a different reaction. Personally, most of the things Jura says. Now, again, I have my view of Jura. Okay, it's the one that you and I seem to mostly agree. We've been talking about it since freaking like chapter 5.
Yeah.
So we're the only people talking about it, apparently. We have our view of Jura. I think this chapter supports that view of Jura.
Okay.
My only concern is this intentional?
Or
is Ikimoto just saying shit? Because it's hard for me, because when we get to the line of dialogue that makes no sense, I'm going to use as an example. When he's doing shit like that, not to mention just letting Boruto go because the Thorn Soul's going to rot bullshit, I'm like, are these things intentional, or is he just saying shit? Like, I can't help but have those fears. So I'm just hoping this is all intentional, in which case it's great. But if it's not, because of those other weird things, it's like, okay, what's going on here?
I mean, okay. You're at least lifting my spirits. I'm just saying, I've been in a mood lately, if you catch my drift.
Well, if you mean a Boruto mood, absolutely. Like I said, I didn't even want to read this chapter. I want